Somos l'imperatrice. And this is our record selection from El Club del Rock and Roll.
In Sopitas.com.
Nos lanzamos con la emperatriz al club de rock and roll donde hay cientos de vinilos. La misión, descubrir qué discos los hacen bailar, cantar y cuáles les recomiendan escuchar a sus fans. ¿Qué disco te hace bailar?
I mean, basically all the Brothers Johnson's records make me dance, but this one has got two songs that are one of my favorite, which is Strawberry Letter 23, which is a cover of Shaggy Otis' song, and also a song called Q. Probably a tribute to Quincy Jones, who produced the album. And I mean, everything they do is just so tight, and they really can play, these guys. So yeah.
I can tell that's the grooviest album ever.
And they played on so many albums, also so many funky albums. But yeah, this one probably one of my favorites.
It's an album from Eumir Deodato, who is like a Brazilian arranger, composer, and genius, basically. And this guy made like so many tracks during his career. And actually, we worked with him on Matahari, our first album. He arranged the song called Matahari. And this album is really peculiar because it's like one of his solo, the only one disco album he made. And this has a really 80s vibe, really disco but with the 80s sounds, with the reverb on the snares and all that. And the song called Keep On Moving is just a blast. It's a hit, and you just put it on the record player, and you're gonna make like everybody dance, basically.
Okay, so the record I chose is actually it's covers from Chuck Berry by other artists, but it's also because there is this song Maybelline that is like a really good one, and of course Johnny B. Good, which is like the most famous, one of the most famous rock and roll songs, and everyone dances.
And for me, it's Village People, the best choreography. It's choreography. The best choreography from Village People. Easy to dance, so easy to dance on the music. YMCA, it's not on this album. I just want to find YMCA, but I just find this one. So.
Go Johnny, go, go. Johnny be good.
This record makes me dance because the Jackson 5 always makes me dance. A, B, C, da-na-na-na, 1, 2, 3. That's the sound.
And for me, it's the Commodores, and this is a live, so it's much better because the energy of the band on stage is wonderful, and you cannot resist this. You can't resist this.
Álbum que no pensarían que te gusta.
That was a hard one though, because I feel I'm very predictable. So I will go for this album because it's quite bad. Made in America by the Carpenters. Like, I love Karen Carpenter. I think she's probably one of the best singers of the 20th century. But I'm not very fond of their music. And recently I did a podcast about Karen Carpenter, and so I learned all her story, and so I got deep into the Carpenters. And there's one song that I got obsessed with, which is I Want You Back in My Life Again.
I want you back in my life again. I don't wanna be your remember.
It's a bit of it's a kind of yacht rock song, like soft rock, but by the Carpenters, so you wouldn't really expect them to go, because the rest of the album is kind of country folk vibe, which is not really my style. But this song in the middle of this album is really good. So yeah, so I like this album now, but mostly because of that song.
So I didn't have not many ideas about it, but I would say this one, Disco Godfather. And in the 70s, black culture had this good ideas to do remakes of, you know, like Hollywood movies. So they basically like redid the Godfather soundtrack with disco, but it's way too complicated to hear. It's like a lot of percussions and all. That's not really melodic, but I like it though. I mean, I didn't have any idea, but this one is really cheesy, by the way.
This is the soundtrack. This is a very shitty movie. This is a very bad one. But in a way, it's like, you know, it's like very like entertaining American blockbuster, and with shitty movie like that comes always like a very epic music. And I don't know why, but sometimes, you know, when you're like, you know, walking in the street or like just moving somewhere in your car, I don't know, I like to listen to this kind of music, and actually I do like the main theme of Transformers. So yeah.
I picked this one because my name is Achilles, and so that's why. So no one expects me, but actually maybe you would expect me to like it. But I don't know how it sounds, but yeah, that's why. I think
For me, I take a compilation of country music because maybe nobody expects where I listen country. Because
we play disco.
Yeah, we play disco.
¿Qué disco le recomiendas a tus fans?
I will go for this one. I would recommend that album to the fans. It's again Eumir Deodato, which Charles quoted earlier.
Yeah, I'm quite jealous, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited I found this. Actually, I'm definitely gonna buy it. Also because it's a collaboration between Deodato and Tommy Lipuma, which is one of my favorite producer ever. He produced a lot of amazing records, including Michael Frank's albums. I'm a big fan of Michael Frank's, so yeah. And I mean, the cover is also very beautiful, and it included a few songs that I really love, and that sometimes I play on a DJ set, like a Whistle Bump or Love Island. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this.
Okay, to me, that's definitely gonna be this one. Okay, who knows about Lalo Schifrin here? So
you bought me that album, I remember.
yeah.
Ages ago.
Okay, so this guy is a genius. He's from Argentina, and I mean everything is in this album. This album is history. You see like the Twin Towers. You see this guy wearing fur, like jacket and all. I mean, he's one of the best producer ever, and this album is all about flute, actually, all about disco, all about groove, and you can find like all the best musicians on this album, especially the drummer, who's called Steve Gadd, which is my favorite drummer. And I don't know, that's the first album I bought when I was in Canada. I was studying in Toronto, and I was really obsessed with it, so I would recommend it because it's either really sad or really like disco dancey. So
Some of the songs are really heartbreaking, like Eagles in Love.
Yeah.
It's you cannot not cry listening to this song. Honestly, it's
the shame. I mean, on the record there is only the normal version, but on the MP3 or on the CD one you can find the alternative take with a really like groovy break, but which doesn't exist here. But yeah, it's crazy. And this guy, like he wrote the theme from King Kong, for example.
So this is the first album from Ratatat, and I love this band. And it's not the most famous one from Ratatat because the second one, Classics, is the most famous. But this album is really good, and I would also, especially the song 17 Years is like amazing. So it's all Ratatat, so that's the album I would recommend.
And for me, I'm a bass player, so I have to recommend Jamiroquai for everybody. This album, but every album for me.
Actually, it's maybe original this album, but the band is Jefferson Airplane that I love a lot. So yeah, that would be a good recommendation for the fans.
And for me, it's this one. Charles introduced me to this band, and I fell in love with all the album. And this one I recommend to everyone.
¿Qué disco escucharás primero?